I'm saying hello today from beautiful and historic Perth, Ontario, July 19th, 2013. And I'm here with two very local celebrities, Mr. Town Crier and his wife, Mrs. Town Crier. Nice to meet you.
Hello. Welcome.
Great. Now, why are you here today? There's a special occasion.
This is the 23rd anniversary of the Stewart Park Festival, one of the largest free music festivals in Canada. We'll run for 3 days. We'll see about 35,000 people come to town over the next 3 days. Sitting here in this beautiful heritage location, right in the downtown of Perth, free music. It doesn't get much better than this.
Doesn't get much better than that. Please do tell me a little bit about your hometown, Perth. What makes Perth special?
Well, Perth was actually put here, literally put here in 1816. It was a military settlement. So a very planned, staged out community, very carefully laid out. And as a result, it was set at a size at around 3,000 in its first years. And ever since then, it's actually stayed pretty true to its roots and its traditions. So we have a lot of the original homes still in existence in the town. The original house that was first built here is actually still here.
Okay.
And you can still see it. The original stone buildings are here, and our communities has what's called Potsdam sandstone. You can't go down much more than 5 or 6 feet. You hit this very special, very hard, very incredible stone for constructing. And so as you visit all over town, you're going to see this stone. It's built into our buildings, it's built into our bridges. You're looking at churches that go back into the 1820s, the oldest stone church in the area. It's an amazing sort of time capsule, and yet we hold to our heritage traditions and we keep everything very current.
Wonderful. And you have Scottish heritage here in this town, primarily?
We have Scottish heritage, and a lot of people don't really understand that, because if you would have come to Perth in 1816, the language you would have spoken was French.
Really?
It was 1817, in the fall, before the Scots really came here. So the town was largely inhabited by Swiss soldiers and their families. Swiss, Italian, Polish, and so if you go over to the local graveyard, which is one of the oldest graveyards in Canada, you'll see names like Mueller, you'll see names like Hofsmith, you'll see Pablo, you'll see all sorts of names that you would go, those aren't really Scottish names.
Exactly.
True, the Scots came in 1817 late. They did settle mostly in what we now know today as our downtown core, but the original settlers in the area were European.
Isn't that very interesting? Now, what does the town crier do, actually? Please tell me.
I do whatever the mayor asks me to do. I do it with a smile. The crier is, I'm the representative of the mayor. You heard me just a few minutes ago at the start of the festival bringing greetings on behalf of the mayor and on behalf of council. That I can do officially, and that's my official duties. But we have a lot of things where we literally are on the streets greeting guests. You can't dress like this or be on signs and trucks without people coming up to you and asking you, where do I get to?
Exactly.
How do I find? So you are the walking tourist map.
Absolutely.
And we do about 90 appearances a year at events. A lot of birthdays, a lot of anniversaries, a lot of weddings. Just going, greeting, and again, if they've asked for, we can bring official greetings from mayor and council.
Wonderful. Now, you both have beautiful outfits on. Let me show them. They're just absolutely gorgeous. Now, please tell me, are these based on some historical imagery, or how did you come up with that?
I have an official uniform that I'm not wearing today, namely because it's 3 layers of very thick and heavy wool, and it's 30+ degrees out.
Okay.
That uniform is designed after one of the early militias, and I will wear that only at formal civic events.
Okay.
So we have a collection of clothes. Shelley has a collection of dresses. I have a collection of uniforms. For example, this is my family kilt.
Is it? So where would that be from? What area?
My grandfather came from Scotland in 1910.
Okay.
He was a tartan weaver. He came to the area, settled in Almont, and so this is ancient McLaren. So this is McLaren is my last name. Okay. And this is the actual family tartan.
The actual
tartan. I wear a lot of kilts when I'm out on the street. I have a variety of tricorns, which are sort of the international symbol of that you're a town crier.
Right.
I've got capes, and I have a full Victorian set of clothes, because when we work in the museum, a lot of our work is done in Victorian. And if you came at Christmas, you know, from about the first week of Advent to what we call 12th night, 12 days after Christmas, you might have trouble finding the town crier, because But there's this guy who looks a lot like him.
Yeah.
And he dresses and talks about Christmas. And he's the Victorian Father Christmas.
Yeah.
And so for a little over a month each year, Shelley and I transition into Mr. and Mrs. Christmas. I become Father Christmas in the town, and we tell the story of life in the early settlement at Christmas.
Lovely.
And of course, very neat, because here in our town, the Germans brought us the Christmas tree. The French brought us the gifts of the presents, and of kissing on Christmas. The French would, on Christmas Eve, would all get together, and the women would dress in their best dress, and they would party through the night after going to Mass. The Scots, of course, they attempted to ban Christmas.
Oh, really?
In 1852, were actually successful in passing a bylaw in town banning the celebration of Christmas that the Ontario courts overturned several years later. So it's a very interesting, very eclectic story, and it's all just woven into the foundations of this town.
Beautiful. Now let me talk for 1 second to Mrs. Town Crier. Please tell me about your beautiful dress that you're wearing today.
Well, this is just sort of an informal market dress that you wear for days when it's very hot.
Yes.
It has a cotton chemise under the overdress, and it's just worn when you're out and about doing different things in the market.
Okay.
The parasol is my...
It's beautiful.
It's my portable shade.
Where did you get that? Where does one find outfits like that?
Well, this was made by one of my seamstresses that sings in my local choir here. And the parasol was a gift from my husband. Lovely.
Now, is there a website by any chance? If people want to find you on the internet, can they find you anywhere?
They could find me at perthtowncrier.com.
Perthtowncrier.com.
And of course, Perth Canada opens the way to the town. And we have Perth Tourism as well, which is a wonderful site to stay up to date.
Perfect. Thank you so much for telling me the story of the Perth Town Crier and Mrs. Town Crier. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.